If you have trauma and depression, stay with me because I have some good news and some bad news. All right, let's begin with the bad news. The bad news is that you can't get rid of trauma because according to its definition, to the word's definition, because it comes from the Greek word trauma, which means a scar that was created by a wound in the past. So that's the key information. The wound was created in the past, but you're dealing with the trauma now. If somebody, for example, hurts you now, treats you badly or whatever, you don't experience the trauma right now. You may experience the pain or the consequences of this action, but you actually don't experience trauma. Trauma comes after the wound has closed, but the scar remains there forever to remind you of that old wound. This is where trauma starts to show up. So what happens next? Trauma can appear after 30 or even 50 years. The suffering never ends in this lifetime. But the good news is that you have a choice. You can't get rid of trauma, but you can deal with trauma. As I describe in my book, Catharsis, while you're here, this is a step-by-step guide to deal with trauma, to learn how to live with it. It is based on ancient Greek philosophy and the ways that the ancient Greek philosophers used to reach wisdom, enlightenment, freedom and happiness, and to get rid of negative emotions. So the word catharsis refers to the ancient tragedies when the audience had to leave the performance wiser, lighter, more free, because they were getting rid of all the negative emotions that were projected throughout the play and that have been experienced by the audience under different circumstances in their lives. That's the way the ancient Greek philosophers dealt with trauma, and you can do it nowadays with catharsis.